Scribal Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worse at attaining a purpose. While searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it, their soul cannot take it. Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow, we're the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read them, vibrations that none of them speak. Walker medu netter, light is feather is heavy to learn that your will isn't free. Netter willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean. Training in realms that are unseen, my aura is some set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting and this year wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. Open your eyes. It's time to set off the alarm. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and the God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my art, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
Prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Maat, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore, Maat.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, don't fly in silence. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heheru, I am him. King, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heheru. Words powerful, Hekau. See, prove you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through
Mic check. Okay, sorry about that. Hotep. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the House of ATTON. Ancient Tahutian Teachers of Natiru presents Ancient Egyptian Literature, a ghost story, or better yet, a story about a Ba. Before I introduce the brothers on the panel, we will begin, as we do every week, with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Rem Qem Maat, NS, Nintet or Set Maat, Men Hepapat Maat, Her Inhuqui, Her Iku. I live for Maat. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Maat. Every day I advance towards Maat. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everybody. I'm going to introduce the great brother, the Jed Sajim. Ma'ah. Primordial Thought 9 is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, the wisdom that sustains the House of ATTON. Next, we have the mighty Ani Patah Aten Tahuti, Tati, Vizier, Overseer of Administration of the House of ATTON, Chief Treasurer, Shesh Nasut, Royal Scribe of Tahuti Amenhotep Ra, Sab Scribe of Ra, Reciter of Aku, Effective Words of Conscious Light, One Great of Heka, Excellent of Magic, Technology, Architect of Tahuti, Bull of Ma'at, Truly Silent One, Controller of Temper, Most Expert in his calling, Protector of the Natiru, Neb Aker, Lord of Excellence, Son of the Great Unifier, Nut, Holder of the Secrets of the Duat, Smaui Sekmi, one skilled in the arts of music and poetry, Him Neta Tepi in Sheshet, High Priest of Sheshet, Saba in Meru Neta, Teacher of the Divine Language, Embodiment of Patah's writing board and Tahuti's mirror, Leader with the heart, Great of humility, Servant of the people, Tahuti manifests in him, Heru manifests in him as Patah, Neb Ma'at, Lord of Truth, Shimsu Natiru, Messenger and follower of the Natiru, Patah Ani Aten Tahuti, a living nectar upon earth who lives in Ma'at, Ankh Dujed Usir, life, stability, and wealth. And your presenter for the night, the mighty Atef Rem Qem Maat, esteemed steward of the venerable House of ATTON. As a devoted disciple of the master teacher, the illustrious Tahuti Amenhotep Ra, I proudly undertake the role of the sagacious host for the weekly gathering within the sacred halls of the House of ATTON. Here we delve into the profound teachings that illuminate the path of Ma'at. In the sacred sanctuary of the House of ATTON, I guide fellow seekers on a journey of enlightenment and understanding, drawing from the wellspring of ancient wisdom. Our gatherings are profound explorations into the depths of truth, meticulously deciphered through the lens of ancestral artifacts and the profound teachings bestowed upon us by the great Tahuti Amenhotep Ra. My commitment to the pursuit of wisdom extends beyond the confines of our weekly gatherings. As a true-hearted devotee of truth, I strive to embody the essence of Ma'at in all aspects of life, expressing unwavering love for my people. My soul resonates with the harmonious frequencies of the Medu Neter. I stand as a loyal guardian of Ma'at, steadfastly defending the sacred principles that govern our existence within the House of ATTON. Welcome, everybody, to Study Guide Sundays. Everything was good. I ain't touched no buttons, but the mute button, I come back, the sound don't work. So pardon the confusion beginning, but this is going to be a NEFR class. How you great brothers feeling?
Great brother.
Got the soundboard going.
Hotep Great Brothers. I am Nefer at Kerr. How are you doing, great brother, the Jed?
Here as well. Really excited about the class, this presentation of the great brother Tef's making it happen. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Yes.
Oh man, okay, let me get a little closer. Yeah, man, it's just mic issues, man. I see everybody going through their mic, man.
I'm telling you.
Hey, it's all right, man. We still gonna get the point across.
100%.
Hey, but no, we doing good, man. Great to be up here with you, great brothers, man. Definitely excited for the presentation, and yeah, hey, man, we feeling good, man. How about y'all, brothers?
Yes, all is Nefer. Peace and love to everyone who's here with us live. Hotep Henu to you all. Please hit the like button if you are here with us live, and excuse me, and for those watching on the playback. And the support links are pinned to the top of the chat. So please utilize those links to show your support to the House of ATTON and for what you see taking place here in these independent productions being created. So Tua, peace and love, Minty Hotep. Glad to see you here. Hotep Henu. Basa Tut Maka Ox Effect. Hotep Great Brother, one of our moderators. As well as the great Amun. Hotep Henu to you. We have the Orsin Hush Nation in the building. Fix. Hotep Henu, Marie Per M. Atten. We have the lovely Angela Gates. Hotep Aout. Peace and love. All right. So yes, if anyone has looked at houseofatton.org, you may have noticed that it is currently shut down, as there's some works being done behind the scene, and so I have that down right now as I work on some of those implementations. So you all can expect some new updates to the website very soon. So to offer everyone's support and patience as well. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We're going to continue to keep doing what we're doing, being representations of the Shemsu, living in Ma'at, leading by example. And yes, so I'm excited for what the great brother Atef Rem Qem Maat is about to bring. I love these type of stories here. Shout out to Atef for creating this thumbnail as well. And yeah, we see you, great brother, and all the works you're doing. So looking forward to this story being animated. I'm looking forward to Christina Christensen, Matthew Mythology. What's the podcast? What's the podcast gonna be about today? Was it Dig for the Truth podcast? Let's
digging for the truth, brother. Keep digging.
Yeah,
Gotta dig for the truth.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that episode, seeing what we get to. So yeah, again, to everyone for supporting. Link is pinned, and I'll show all the support that has come through at the end of the class. And if there's time, I also will post a link for you all to come up on the panel if you'd like. So yeah, great brother the Jed, if you have anything you want to speak before we pass it to Atef.
Great brother. I'm excited for this. Let's make it happen.
All right, we'll make you full screen, great brother Atef. Hotep.
Hotep, peace and love. Can y'all see me? What I see and what you guys see is totally different. So I want to just give a hinu to everybody that supports the House of ATTON. I want to give a special hinu to our great master teacher, the great Saba Tahuti Amen Hotep Ra, for your continued guidance and wisdom. You know, just it's very much appreciated, great Saba. Tua, for your time as always. Yesterday was my favorite class. I know I say that every time, but it's the truth, because every class is my favorite class. I'm definitely inspired and motivated by you and by your example and by your guidance. And I definitely miss our Monday classes, and some of my characters from these presentations were definitely inspired by those Monday classes when you would pretend to be Chris the Christian. Now I have Christina the Christensen. She's definitely not as sharp as you were, Saba, but you know, the motive, the inspiration is definitely there from that. So tua for that, and definitely appreciate those classes when you were able to do them. Definitely something to be grateful for. So tua to you for that. And what the classes that I'm speaking about, our teacher used to do classes on Monday. So if you're interested in any of those, you can still obtain them. We used to call them Magic Mondays, Metal Netta Mondays, but they eventually turned into wonderful, practical, magical classes where he would teach us actual practices. The classes were absolutely phenomenal. So definitely there'll be you can email him at mysticaltv.com. My presentation definitely pays homage to that and to him. And yeah, so, you know, I just want to give my adoration to the Natiru and to my master teacher for definitely, you know, bringing me this far, getting me to where I'm at now. I know I have a lot of work to do, and I'm up for the task. And this is just me being inspired, great Saba, to go back and find out what did our ancestors say themselves, right? That was one of the things that I learned from you early on. Well, what did the people say themselves, you know? But where was it written at? Where can you show it to me? So for me, this is just me going back and just reading the literature and, you know, sharing it with all of you. And this presentation was, I didn't have as much time as I normally have to create it. So, but it was for me. It was me. I requested that, and it definitely pushed me. And there was a lot of disruptions. My computer was acting up. Had to do a lot of resets. The program was acting up. But through that process, I learned a lot. I definitely learned some things in creating these presentations, because initially I was creating classes, and then I was led to just do the readings and read the literature of the people, and then it just turned into me presenting these things visually, bringing them forth, creating making it, doing my best to share some of my creativity with the great supporters, and definitely to learn and to be able to teach the children. I definitely want to give a hinu to my great brother, the Jed, for his primordial visions. They are absolutely wonderful, and they are also a big part of my motivation and inspiration to create these visual readings. It was definitely motivated by you, great brother, and what you were bringing to the table, what you are bringing to the table, what you continue to bring to the table. So I definitely want to give you and your Aut, your Hinu, and definitely to my great brother Scribe for his technical prowess and leadership, and the different things that I learned from him. So yeah, this is the technology, and it's how you use it. It's Maat or not. So I hope you all appreciate my presentation. The story it's a fragmented text, so it's very short. Maybe a 5-minute read. But again, it took me 3 weeks to create this, and it's more like 30 minutes or so of a visual presentation. So I hope you all appreciate it, and I hope you all like it. And with that, we'll start.
Hotep Neteru, I'm Matthew Mythology.
And I'm Christina, the Christian Christensen.
Welcome back, truth seekers and dig duggers. This is the Digging for the Truth podcast. Yeah, dig.
The only podcast where we don't just dig for the truth, we unearth them.
Ghost stories. We all think we know what they're about. But what if I told you that 4,000 years ago, the followers of Maat were writing supernatural tales that had more in common with modern customer service complaints than horror stories?
Now that's definitely not what I expected to hear about ancient ghost stories. What made them so different?
Well, dig this. I've been digging you, Christina, like really digging you. I mean, studying this fascinating text from around 1100 BCE that tells the story of a high priest named Consimhab who gets visited by a spirit. But instead of rattling chains and moaning, this ghost basically shows up to file a formal complaint about poor tomb maintenance.
Gosh. Chains and moaning?
You mean like
a supernatural housing dispute?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly. For the followers of Maat, death wasn't this terrifying unknown. It was more like moving to a different neighborhood. Where are you from, fool?
Earth?
Where you still needed regular services, like, yo, I need some of that. Where mine? Break me off. The spirit named Nebusemek literally complains about getting rained on and says he's had 4 previous promises of repairs with no follow-through. Sup with that?
Sup with it? Chains and moaning? Rained on. What's sup with it? You tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, promises. A promise ain't nuttin' but a comfort for a fool. So how did the high priest handle this otherworldly maintenance request?
I've been telling you? Yeah, so he goes full customer service mode, takes down all the spirit's information dropped to Addy, offers him a new tomb, a gold coffin, even promises a staff of 10 people to make regular offerings. Got that work. Whatever you need, I got you ASAP. It's basically the ancient Kemetic version of your call is important to us. The customer is always right.
Okay, Karen. That's fascinating. And so different from our modern-day Matrix horror stories. What made them view death so practically?
Well, they had this incredibly sophisticated understanding of the soul. They knew each person had multiple spiritual components. The Ka was your life force, the Ba was like your mobile soul that could travel around, and the Ak was your immortal transformed spirit.
So it's almost like having different spiritual accounts that needed maintenance?
Yup. And maintaining these spiritual components was a serious business. You dig? So the Sahu, or the mummification as the disrespectful colonizer calls it, was a process that took 40 days, using special salts and oils. Then they had this amazing ceremony called the opening of the mouth, where they basically reactivated all the deceased's senses.
Nefer! That's incredible. Like rebooting someone's spiritual operating system?
Spiritual operating system?
Yeah. Trill Gates, Henu Angela, Bill Gates, syntax error, defrag, do.
And get this, they even had a whole system for communicating with the dead. People would write letters on bowls or linen, asking their deceased relatives for advice or help with problems. Some would even sleep in tomb chapels, hoping to get guidance through dreams.
So what happened at the end of this ghost story? Did Nebusemek get his tomb fixed? Trump done took away FEMA. PPP got a lot of folks locked up. Flint water still bad. This was way before GoFundMes. Hope dem boys showed love and looked out. It's real out here. Dig me?
real into field.
For show.
Well, the ending is actually lost. These texts were found on broken pottery pieces. But we know Konsumhab sent out a search party.
Konsumhab sent his boys.
Who found the perfect spot for a new tomb. And everyone was so excited they started celebrating immediately.
Beer and cakes, anyone. Henu Nukpu. You know, there's something really beautiful about this whole approach to death. It's not about fear. It's about maintaining healthy relationships and adhering to the laws of Ma'at.
And that's really the key. It all comes down to Mahat, which meant truth, cosmic balance, and harmony. They believed maintaining connections between the living and dead was crucial for keeping the universe running smoothly.
That really puts our modern ghost stories to shame and in a different perspective, doesn't it?
It sure does. And you know what's really interesting? They had this place called Aru, the field of reeds, where the blessed dead could farm perfect crops and reunite with family. But to get there, your heart had to be weighed against the feather of truth by the Netter Tahuti.
So basically, the afterlife had a cosmic HR department? As above, so below.
Exactly. And if you failed that final performance review, there was this creature called Amit the Devourer waiting for you. Crocodile mouth looking. Talk about workplace consequences.
Well, that certainly puts a new spin on eternal rest.
You know what I find most fascinating? This whole system shows us that fear of death isn't universal. It's something our modern culture has constructed. Yeah, this new age is Fet Matrix. The followers of Maat saw it as just another phase of existence that needed proper management, discipline, consistency, and accountability.
So maybe we need to rethink how we approach death in our own culture? Death culture? To be alive here is a lie here.
Absolutely right. Instead of running from ghosts, maybe we should be taking maintenance requests and search thyself thoroughly. Though I'd probably draw the line at promising anyone a solid gold coffin. Those ancient Egyptian customer service representatives were really going above and beyond. Talk about reciprocity. Peace and love, I'm Matthew Mythology.
And I'm Christina the Christian Christensen. Join us next time on Digging for the Truth.
Special shout out to the House of ATTON and the great Saba, Tahuti Amun, Hotep Ra. Hotep, I'm done. Stay tuned as Atef reads Ancient Egyptian Literature by William Kelly Simpson, page 112.
Anku and Kerit Netjer. Life in the Realm of the Dead. Welcome to our exploration of Kerit Netjer, the Realm of the Dead, in ancient Kemetic culture. The followers of Maat viewed death not as an end, but as a transition to continued existence. Central to understanding this worldview is the story of Konsumhab and Nebusemek, which illustrates the reciprocal relationship between the living and dead. In this presentation, we'll examine how the followers of Maat maintained cosmic Maat balance through elaborate rituals, tomb maintenance, and communication between realms. You'll discover a pragmatic approach to death that emphasized ongoing care and mutual obligations. Sherit and Konsumhab, Hem Nebusemek, the tale of a restless spirit, or Aku. The discovery, found on Ostraka, pottery fragments from the Ramesside period, 1186 to 1077 BCE. This story tells of High Priest Konsumhab's encounter with Nebusemek's ghost, a former treasury overseer under Pharaoh Mentuhotep II, whose tomb had fallen into disrepair. The play. Nebusemek appears as a restless Aku, transfigured spirit, lamenting no one can be overheated who is exposed in the wintry wind, hungry without food. His suffering reflects the followers of Maat's understanding that tomb neglect caused spiritual suffering. The promise. Konsumhab vows to restore Nebusemek's tomb, provide a new sarcophagus, and ensure regular Hetep Denesu offerings. This compassionate response demonstrates the moral obligation to care for the deceased. Ak, ba, ka, some of the components of eternal existence. K. The vital essence or life force requiring nourishment through offerings. BA. The mobile soul depicted as a human-headed bird, free to travel between worlds. Kat. The physical body preserved through mummification. Ak. The transfigured immortal soul achieved through proper rituals. The followers of Maat knew a person consisted of multiple spiritual elements that required proper care after death. The Ka needed offerings for sustenance, while the Ba returned to the tomb each night to unite with the Ka, forming the Ach. Nebuchadnezzar's story reveals what happened when this harmony was disrupted. Without an intact tomb, his components could not function properly, causing him to become a restless spirit, seeking help from the living. Senwet en Nehe, preparing for eternity. Wabet, place of purification. The body was washed with natron solution, internal organs removed except the heart, and stored in canopic jars, protected by the 4 sons of Heru. The body was then packed with natron salts for 40 days. Kires, wrapping. The dried body was anointed with oils and resins before being wrapped in linen bandages inscribed with protective hekau, magical spells, from the Book of the Dead. Wepre, opening of the mouth. This crucial ceremony reanimated the senses of the deceased, allowing them to eat, drink, speak, and see in the afterlife. Priests touched the mummy's face with special tools while reciting incantations. Mummification was essential because Egyptians believed the soul needed a preserved body as its anchor. Without proper preservation and ongoing tomb maintenance, spirits like Nebuchadnezzar would suffer in Duat, the underworld. MDWNTR.MEDIA, speaking with the glorified dead. Shuti Enaku, letters to the dead. Followers of Maat wrote to deceased relatives on bowls, linen, or papyrus, requesting intervention in earthly matters. These communications reflect the belief that the dead retained influence and could intercede with gods. Arstviditi, dream incubation. The living would sleep in tomb chapels, hoping to receive guidance from the dead through dreams. This practice provided another channel for cross-realm communication. Biat, oracle consultation. Statues of deified individuals like Amenhotep I were consulted for divine guidance, with priests interpreting their movements as answers to questions from the living. These practices show that for the followers of Maat, the boundary between life and death was permeable. The story of Consemhab demonstrates how the living and dead maintained an ongoing relationship and dialogue, essential for Ma'at, cosmic balance. Weja Nesut, the divine judgment, navigating dangers with the help of spells from the Per Em Heru, or, as the colonizers call, the Book of the Dead. Weighing of the heart. In the Hall of Maat, the heart, Eb, was weighed against the feather of truth while Tehuti recorded the outcome. Final judgment. A heart balanced with Maat allowed entry to Aru, field of reeds. Those found unworthy faced Amit, the devourer, and second death. The followers of Maat knew that living according to Maat was essential for a successful afterlife journey. This moral framework underpins the story of Consemhab and Nebuchadnezzar, By restoring the tomb, Qem upholds Maat and ensures Nebuchadnezzar can enjoy the peaceful afterlife he deserves. This reciprocal relationship between the living and dead ensured the continuation of cosmic order across all realms of existence. The story teaches us that in ancient Kemetic thought, caring for the dead was not just piety, but a fundamental necessity for universal harmony. MDWNTR.MEDIA, important deities. The followers of Maat worshipped a vast number of Neteru. These deities played key roles in creation, life, death, and the afterlife. Asar, Neter of the afterlife, resurrection, and vegetation. He judged souls in the hall of Maat. Tehuti, Neter of wisdom, writing, and knowledge. He recorded the outcome of the weighing of the heart. Maat, Netert of truth, justice, and cosmic balance. The feather of Maat was used in the weighing of the heart. Afterlife, geography. The afterlife was not a single uniform place. It was a complex geography, filled with various regions. Aru, the field of reeds. It was the blessed destination for those who passed the final judgment. Duat, a dangerous underworld. The deceased navigated its perils, using spells and divine aid. Anku and Karit Netcher. Life persisted in the realm of the dead. Offerings sustained the spirits of ancestors. Food and drink sustained the Kae, ensuring continued existence. Regular offerings were vital. Linens provided comfort. Fine cloth was offered to the deceased. Incense purified the spirit. It helped to facilitate communication with the divine. Eternal reward. Entry to Ayaru, the field of reeds, ensures a blessed afterlife for those who pass the judgment of Asar. This paradise mirrors earthly life, but without hardship, pain, or suffering. The blessed dead experience perfect versions of their mortal existence, surrounded by abundance and harmony in this idyllic realm, where the sun, Ra, is always shining. Farming. The deceased continued to cultivate crops in the fertile fields of Ayaru. Unlike earthly farming, the soil is always rich, harvests are abundant, and labor is a joy rather than a burden. The magical wheat of Ayaru grows taller than any mortal plant, symbolizing eternal prosperity. Family. Family life can continue in the afterlife with joyful reunions among ancestors and loved ones. Generations who had passed before are waiting to welcome the newly arrived. All familial bonds can remain intact, but without the conflicts or sorrows of mortal existence, creating perfect harmony among reunited kin. Sustenance. Offerings from the living ensure eternal sustenance for the Ka, life force of the deceased. These offerings are magically replicated in the afterlife through funerary texts and rituals. The blessed dead can also partake in the divine food of the gods, which never diminishes and provides immortal nourishment to their spiritual bodies. The concept of Aru represents the ultimate achievement in Kemetic spiritual thought, a perfect continuation of life's pleasures without its hardships. This should motivate adherence to Maat, cosmic order and justice, during one's mortal existence, as living righteously is and has always been the key to securing this eternal paradise. One thing is certain, we will all die one day, but are you truly, truly living? Rem Qem Maat. NS. Nintet Aurset M. Maat. Every day I advance towards Maat. Hotep, I'm done.
A ghost story, so they say. A better name would be a Nefer story about a Ka. This ancient Kemetic story about a Ka, incompletely preserved on a number of Ramesside ostraca, most of which are sherds from 2 large pottery vessels, lacks the spooky quality that moderns associate with this genre of literature. Death for the deceased follower of Ma'at, who had undergone the rites of beatification, was an extension of life, and as the practice of festal banqueting in tomb chapels indicates, rapport between the living and the dead was by no means always a gloomy affair. The living could communicate with the dead by means of letters, and in the teaching of Amenemhet, the dead king is conceived of as imparting advice to his son and successor. The Ka, or soul as it is now called, or spirit or ghost, were not so much eerie beings as personalities to whom the living reacted pragmatically. The setting of the story in the Theban necropolis was familiar to its readers who lived and worked in western Thebes. We may assume that the story concluded with the successful completion of the spirit's tomb under Consemhab's direction. Consemhab meaning Konsu is in jubilation. For the basic publication, translation, and treatment of this story, the reader is referred to Jürgen von Beckerath in Zess 119, 1992, 90 to 107, where it is argued that the ostraca were copied in the early Ramesside period from an original papyrus that was paginated. Fragments of another Ka story has been published by Georges Pozenel in RDE 12, 1960, 75 to 82. According to his habit, after the way he had done, he ferried across and reached his house. He caused offerings to be prepared, saying, "I will provide him with all sorts of good things when I go to the west side." He went up onto the roof of his house and invoked the gods of the sky and the gods of the land, southern, northern, western, and eastern, and the gods of the necropolis, saying to them, "Send me that august spirit." And so he came and said to him, "I am your who must go to rest at nightfall next to his tomb." Then the high priest of Amun Consemhab said to him, "Please tell me your name, your father's name, and your mother's name, that may offer to them and do for them whatever has to be done for those who are in their position." The august spirit then said to him, "Nebusamek is my name, Ankman is my father's name, and Eotiem Shas is my mother's name." Then the high priest of Amun-Ra, king of the gods, Consemhab, said to him, "Tell me what you want, and I will have it done for you. And I will have a sepulchre prepared anew for you, and have a coffin of gold and ziziphus wood made for you, and you shall rest therein. And I will have done for you all that is done for one who is in your position." The august spirit then said to him, "No one can be overheated who is exposed in the wintry wind, hungry without food. It is not my desire to overflow like the inundation. Not seeing my tomb, I would not reach it. There have been made to me promises." Now after he had finished speaking, the high priest of Amun-Ra, king of the gods, Consemhab, sat down and wept beside him with a face full of tears. And he addressed the spirit, saying, "How badly you fare without eating or drinking, without growing old or becoming young, without seeing sunlight or inhaling northerly breezes. Darkness is in your sight each day. You do not get up early to leave." Then the spirit said to him, "When I was alive upon earth, I was overseer of the treasury of King Mentuhotep, life, prosperity, and health, Ankh-Uja, Saneb, and I was lieutenant of the army, having been at the head of men and nigh to the gods. I went to rest in year 14 during the summer months of the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Mentuhotep, life, prosperity, and health, Ankh Uja Saneb. He gave me my 4 canopic jars and my sarcophagus of alabaster, and he had done for me all that is done for one in my position. He laid me to rest in my tomb with its shaft of 10 cubits. See, the ground beneath has deteriorated and dropped away. The wind blows there and seizes a tongue. Now as for your having promised me, I shall have a sepulchre prepared anew for you. I have it 4 times already that it will be done in accordance with them. But what am I to make of the promises you also have just made to me, so that all these things may succeed in being executed? Then the high priest of Amun-Ra, king of the gods, Consemhab, said to him, Please express to me a fine commission, such as is fit to be done for you, and I will surely have it done for you. Or I will simply have 5 men servants and 5 maid servants, totaling 10, devoted to you in order to pour libation water for you. And I will have a sack of emmer delivered daily to be offered to you. And also the overseer of offerings will pour libation water for you. Then the spirit of Nebuchadnezzar said to him, Of what use are the things you would do? Unless a tree is exposed to sunlight, it does not sprout foliage. But stone never proceeds to age. It crumbles only through King Nebuchadnezzar, life, prosperity, and health. Ankh Uja Saneb there, the high priest of Amun-Ra, king of the gods, commissioned 3 men, each one, and he ferried across and went up. The men searched for the tomb near the holy temple of King Nebuchadnezzar, life, prosperity, and health. Ankh Uja Saneb, the son of Re, Mentuhotep, life, prosperity, and health, Ankh Uja Saneb, and they found in it being 25 cubits distant along the king's causeway at Deir el-Bahari. Then they went back down to the riverbank, and they returned to the high priest of Amun-Ra, king of the gods, Consemhab, and found him officiating in the god's house of the temple of Amun-Ra, king of the gods. He said to them, Hopefully you've returned, having found the excellent place for making the name of that spirit, called Nebuchadnezzar, endure unto eternity. Then the 3 of them said to him with one voice, We have found the excellent place for making the name of that august spirit endure. And so they sat down in his presence and made holiday. His heart became joyful when they told him, until the sun came up from the horizon. Then he summoned the deputy of the estate of Amun-Menkau and informed him about his project. He returned in the evening to sleep in Nay, and the conclusion of the story is lost.
Hotep Maat. This visual presentation was brought to you by Atef Rem Qem Maat and the House of ATTON, ancient Tehutian teachings of the Neteru. I want to give Heno to my master teacher, the great Tehuti Amun-Hotep Ra. Yes, Saba. Astarte talks and I also move around. Go to houseofatton.org for everything from merch to ebooks and classes. They forget that we are the real champions around here. Support Tehuti and ask questions here. Cash App $TT Amun and PayPal at Rocky SV. Please send all questions to Tehuti at email mysticaltelevision@gmail.com. Ancestral artifacts over religious opinion, tune in to the Tehuti podcast on YouTube every Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific time for mind-blowing answers again and again. Henisaba, may you advance your station among the venerables. May your Ka contend with your enemy. And may your Ba learn the ways leading to the portal of the One who clothes the weary one. May Amun be satisfied. Ankh Qem Maat. Some bonus material about today's reading: archaeological artifacts over religious opinion and discoveries related to Khonswemheb and the ghost. The ostraka fragments containing the ancient Egyptian ghost story, Khonswemheb and the Ghost, also known as a ghost story, are dispersed across 4 museums internationally. These fragments were discovered at Deir el-Medina, near Thebes, and date to the Ramesside period, 19th to 20th dynasties, circa 1292 to 1077 BCE. Below is the breakdown of their current locations. First, Museo Egizio, Turin, Italy. Fragment. The largest fragment. Turin Ostrakon, S6619, which includes the beginning of the story. Discovery found in 1905 by Ernesto Schiaparelli during excavations at Deir el-Medina. Significance: this fragment sets the narrative in motion, detailing Khonswemheb's invocation of the gods to summon Nebuchadnezzar's ghost. Second Kunsthistorisches Museum, Vienna, Austria. Fragment. Vienna fragment. Inventory. Number 3722. A content contains Khonswemheb's initial dialogue with the ghost Nebuchadnezzar, including the priest's offer to rebuild the tomb. 3. Louvre Museum, Paris, France. Fragment. Louvre Ostrakon, number 667 plus 700. Content preserves the final section of the story, describing the search for Nebuchadnezzar's tomb near Mentuhotep II's mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri. Fourth National Archaeological Museum, Florence, Italy. Fragments. 2 Ostraka, number 2616 and 2617. Content. These fragments include Khonswemheb's emotional lament and the ghost's recounting of his life under Pharaoh Mentuhotep II. Key details from sources. Discovery context. The Ostraka were copied from a Middle Kingdom circa 2040 to 1782 BCE papyrus, as noted by Egyptologist Jürgen von Beckerath 134. Significance. The story critiques tomb neglect and reflects Egyptian beliefs about the AKKH spirit requiring care to avoid becoming a restless ghost 136. Additional artifacts. While not part of the story, the British Museum London houses other Deir el-Medina ostraka, such as EA5634, a workman's attendance register from Ramses II's reign 7. For those interested in viewing the fragments, the Museo Egizio, Turin, holds the most narratively critical piece and is the best starting point. Burial tombs and historical context. Tomb of Nebuchadnezzar, Mentuhotep II's reign, circa 2061 to 2010 BCE. Location: near Deir el-Bahri, Thebes, 25 cubits from the causeway of Mentuhotep II's mortuary temple. Discovery: identified in the story as collapsed due to erosion. While its physical remains are lost, the tale underscores the importance of tomb maintenance. Deir el-Medina tombs. New Kingdom. Artisan tombs. The village housed workers who built royal tombs in the Valley of the Kings. Tomb of Sennacherib, TT1. Contains vivid afterlife murals, reflecting beliefs mirrored in the ghost story. Tomb of Khonswemheb, discovered 2014. a high-ranking priest tomb with paintings and sculptures, potentially linked to the story's protagonist, KV31. Tomb, Valley of the Kings. Discovery, mid-18th dynasty, circa 1450 to 1400. BCE burial site with disarticulated mummies, reflecting tomb disturbances akin to Nebuchadnezzar's plight. Key discoverers and scholars. Gaston Maspero, 1846-1916, translated the Ostraca fragments in 1915, establishing the narrative structure. George Posner, 1960, published fragments of a related ghost story, contextualizing Konsumheb's tale within broader Egyptian literature. Jürgen von Beckrath, 1938, argues the Ostraca derived from a paginated Middle Kingdom papyrus. Historical and cultural insights. Ramesside context. The story critiques tomb neglect, reflecting New Kingdom anxieties about burial practices, funerary practices, letters to the dead, over 20 examples, e.g., Quaubol, petition ancestors for aid, paralleling Konsumheb's dialogue with Nebuchadnezzar. Dream. Incubation. Practiced in tomb chapels to communicate with spirits as implied in the story. Akhbaka. The story hinges on Nebuchadnezzar's disrupted Akh, transfigured spirit, due to tomb decay, necessitating ritual intervention. Judgment in the Hall of Ma'ad. The Book of the Dead, per M. Heru, e.g. Sobek Moses Papyrus, provided spells to pass this trial, a theme implicitly referenced. Conclusion. The artifacts and tombs linked to Konsumheb and the ghost reveal the followers of Maat's approach to death, with moral instruction. The story's fragments, housed in colonizer museums, prove that you can hide the truth, but you can't make it go away. Nintet Auerset and Maat.
Too many buttons, man. I can't find my. Oh, where's my? Can you hear me, Mic check? Okay, here we go. Mic check. Peace and love. What you think, great brother?
Peace, peace.
Peace.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Atef?
I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me? Mic check.
You on mute.
Mic check. I'm not. What is going?
What's interesting is I can hear you on. Let me see. Say it again. I can hear you on YouTube.
Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, I can hear you better.
Okay. All right. Oh man, it's too many buttons, bro. I'm just trying to learn, bro. I'm telling you, y'all think I be playing. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm just trying to learn, man. But I hope you liked it, man. I hope y'all appreciate it. I just put my eve into it. I'm just trying to learn. So I hope everybody liked it.
Yo, it was very dope. Hey, your transitions are getting better as you go. Like the transition from image to the next one is getting way better. You definitely Hey, it's coming together, man. You definitely are improving every time you present. Number one, that was funny with the little joke in the front talking about what they say about chains and they they get a little there's some chemistry there. I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean? They saying things, but anyway, the humor always. I love the fact that you do put like some humor flavor on there. Just to get us engaged and you know what I mean, not knowing what's coming next. That's what I love because you always adding something in there that definitely have me rolling. But yeah, hey, definitely imagery is getting better, man. I love all the research that you're pulling to create this and all the things that you're researching to bring it forth. I like that. I like how you present it, especially prepping it. Your preparation before you start to read. I like that. Right, so you're tapping into those. You're adding more content into that quick read that only has so many. It's fragments, right? And a lot of stories are like that. You can't even get the whole story, because a lot of the stuff don't really. They haven't found pieces to it, right? So, like you said, I love the way that you put the research. I like the fact that you're not just reading and then that's it. And then we on to the next one, right? So I love the fact, like I said, you putting the research into it. It was very nefer. I loving the images, things that you're generating. Like I said, and through my eyes, you are definitely improving. And I can only imagine what this is going to be by the end of the year. Let's just put it that way. Right? Like I can only imagine what it's going to look like when that time is, you know what I mean? As you're increasing in your craft, I think it's a beautiful thing, great brother. So Tua to you. I definitely like the presentation, and you give me new ideas, and you spark my creativity, man. So Tua to you and Hindu to you. I appreciate the adoration you gave in the beginning. Tua to you, great brother. Like I said, you motivate me. You make me want to get in there, add some things, get a little more creative. I see certain seasoning you use, and I'm like, man, let me use some of that season real quick, man. Let me throw that on some of my presentations. So, to you, great brother, Hotep Hinu.
Dini, great brother, definitely inspired by the primordial vision, brother. So I appreciate you. And it is a lot of research. The story, bro, is like less than 5 minutes long. It's maybe a paragraph, if that. Maybe because in the book is smaller, but it's like a page. Like I'll say one full page, because half of the page is the commentary. So the story is really short, like less than 5 minute read. So it does take a lot of research, and it's so much, because I get lost in like the research, just trying to find stuff. It's so much information. Like I just like digging for the truth is what the podcast, the pseudo podcast. I don't play with pseudos, just because I found myself just digging, man, just digging, and then I had to stop myself and take the information that I have and like, this is enough, because I just want to learn. So for me, I could just do this all day as far as the learning, like the digging and finding, oh, this is in this tomb, and finding that so much. And it's so much that I didn't put in here because I gathered so much. And then I'm trying to become more organized with how I structure the stuff, because I gather so much information prior to just learning, bro. I want to know everything, bro. Like I tell Saba, all the questions are my questions. So I definitely benefit from that. And you great brothers inspire me and motivate me, man. It's my odd or not. So I just want to, it's on my eve. I do add a lot of, commentary in there and like just messages and stuff, Yeah, he trying to holler. Matthew like a man, biological imperative. He trying to start a family, I guess. I don't know. He shoot his little shot, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But, at the same time, too, brothers, trying to engage these, the people now, because our attention span is so short, like everything is a short and a swipe and a like and all of that. So me just trying to engage the people, because for me, I don't need all that. I sit and just try. Listen, once I learn the Medu, I could just sit and read that, I just read the story and just let my mind take me. But the creativity comes with just wanting to be great and just wanting to be better. And, just striving to be able to make this digestible for a person that's where I'm at, bro, because I'm a baby. So, there's a lot of MDWNTR words that I could have put in that I didn't. I put some and some I didn't. A lot of, I keep it kind of general to kind of, to engage people so they don't, because a lot of people, like if someone's just clicking on it, they don't know what a sahu is, so if I use that word and place a mummy in every aspect, they might not know. So I'm kind of trying to, give the people, make it digestible. Because man, when I used to be in the Monday classes and Chris the Christian would ask me questions, man, I would answer. I didn't know none of the answers, so just where I'm at now, like I said, I'm just grateful for Saba for those classes and the time that he took out of his busy schedule to share that with us and, to give that to us. It's just great, man. Definitely appreciate you, brothers. And Ani, I got to get them Friday classes. I got to get this. Just the schedule is just tough making that readjustment and everything. But, I just appreciate you, brothers. So you brothers and Saba, y'all inspire me to keep pushing, keep going forward. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all appreciate it. I see some of the Nefer comments in the chat. I'm glad you all appreciate it, man. I really do. It really takes a lot. I was mentally exhausted when I finished. I finished too at like 4, but because we had a meeting with Saba, I was kind of rushing. So it's a lot that I didn't put in because I wanted to finish and have it uploaded. And then the quality of uploading it, I didn't know. I just learned how to upload it at 1080 and 720, all these different, ways. I'm just learning, man. So yeah, 2 out for that, great brother. I appreciate them that for words, brother.
Nini Ka, great brother. Appreciate you.
All right, Hotep Hinu. Peace and love, great brother.
We can't hear you, brother.
You can't hear me? Let me check. Oh, okay. They can hear me. You should be able to hear me now.
I can hear you now, brother.
Okay. Hotep Hinu.
You are watching a master at work.
I hope y'all understand what's taking place. Do our great brother Atef Rem Qem Maat for this. Yeah, I love everything what the Jet said. He did an excellent job summarizing what you're doing, and just the different variations. It's called repurposing content, and being able to take one topic and create multiple forms of art with it, and you do that fantastically. So 2 out for that, and put in the different methods of teaching within this one session. Yeah, that's just phenomenal. The imagery, all the transitions, the conversation of the flow, all of that is just improving every time. And it's phenomenal to watch and to be able to read these stories you know, no one's ever animated, you know, that story before. So that's the first time ever that story has been animated in history. So and this that's, you know, the Pa'ut are proud. Great brother, I'm extremely excited for what Too Many Button Productions is going to be doing for the great writings. Yeah, that was just phenomenal. I hope everyone is supporting the House of ATTON and what you all see. Support this great brother's works and the time that it takes to turn a 5-minute read into over a half an hour of content. It's not easy. So yeah, hinu to you, great brother, for bringing this forward. The time that you take to, and the ebb that you put into these, which you can feel it and see it every single time. So much dua and hinu to you for that, for your consistency, for challenging yourself, pushing yourself forward, and it come out greater every single time. So much dua.
Yeah, we're here, and we're the best.
And that's all that needs to be said. Dua, great brother.
Nini, great brother, I appreciate you. Like I say, you definitely an inspiration and a motivation. And yeah, you know, everything that I learned with you, from you, great brother. So definitely appreciate you. And you know, in the early stages, I want to give a hinu to my mate as well. You know, in the early stages of this and teaching, I would be live like this, and she would be on the side of me helping create the presentations, because I didn't know how to work the programs. You know, she definitely, it was many times where I just was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't. But you know, it was like, why am I doing this if I don't know what I'm doing? Like, I'm trying to learn the programs, and it's really challenging to learn something from scratch. So definitely my mate was a big motivation early on, a great help. Because I had the ideas, I knew what I wanted to do, but I just didn't know how to work the buttons. So she was familiar with the programs, and she would, you know, help create the presentations, and I would learn from her. But a lot of times we would be live, man, and I'm live like this, and she has the Canva open, and I don't know if you guys know, but like you could like, I guess it's create or co-create or create at the same time or something, but I will be seeing new stuff pop up as I'm teaching and presenting the class. It's stuff that she added. You know, she was taking my thoughts and putting them together. So I definitely want to give her her dua, you know, because she definitely helped a lot in the early stages. She still helps a lot, not necessarily with these presentations. She thinks I surpassed her, but I'm just trying to learn. I don't feel like that, you know, because she still is very good with the programs and having an understanding of it. So, you know, it's just to tell everybody, you know, just push yourself past your you know, your limitations. You know, continue to strive and move forward, especially if it's something that you're passionate about or that you love, you know, because for me, I love the truth, and it's my art that kept me motivated and kept me, you know, walking forward and, you know, leading with the left. And, you know, so I definitely want to give a hinu to all the great supporters, all the women, all the women in the family, you know, all the supporters, all the feminine energy in the chat. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the great brothers, strong brothers in the chat, and all the support. Yeah, we are, you know, we're going to keep doing this brick by brick, you know. It's not a joke. I really am learning the programs. And the thing that is really driving me is just wanting to learn my culture. You know, just wanting to learn and familiarize myself with my culture and then bring it forth to the people. You know, so, you know, I definitely have a lot of work to do, and I look forward to it. I definitely look forward to growing and learning and, you know, rising and expanding Kapara. So Hotep Henu to you, great brother, and Tua for those Nefer words, and keep on motivating us, keep inspiring us, and keep leading by example, great brother. Keep leading with the left.
Yes, Henu, great brother. Yeah, Tua for that. And Henu to Shantae for supporting you, great brother, and picking you up. Much love to Shantae for that. So yes, dua everyone. Again, the support links are pinned to the top of the chat. If you appreciated what you were just able to witness, please show that by your reciprocity, and support the great Atef and his creations. So I'll give a few moments before I go through that and show those. And yes, also the very end, the conclusion, putting in the House of ATTON and Saba Tahuti in the pod class, and it's just such a creative way it literally is. That's the beautiful thing about creating your own works, right? It's like when you have some form of TV service, it's Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. Prior, when it was cable, there's commercial breaks. There's commercial breaks that people pay for those slots, right? Ads. And so that's one of the great things about creating your own productions is you're able to promote your own things, and you've done that perfectly. It just slid right in there, like it was all just beautiful. So Tua for your organization that it takes to put something like that together. But yeah. I hope everyone really appreciates what's happening. So Tua, everyone. So I will show. Let me go through and double check the support here, as we want to give dua to the Mer, to those who support the House of ATTON and what's happening here. Okay. All right, here we are. So first we'll start with Amun and Amunet, who sends in $10 for Tua Orsen Atef for your consistency. Tua, as they send these in prior to us starting. So Tua Amun Amunet, for your consistency and supporting and for all the works that you do outside of the classes as well. Aminet on the social media side, Amun on the moderator side, and also now being a sound engineer for the pod class. So congratulations on that, great brother, and Hotep and Henu. All right, and next we have the wonderful Angela Gates, one of the great consistent Sinet of the HOA, who sends in $15 for Mary Maat. Mary Maat. Hotep, Mary, Angela, Tua, for your consistency, always supporting, always in the classes, and staying within that frequency of Ma'at, which allows you to continuously be here. So Tua for all the works that you're doing, seen and unseen, to be able to maintain within the House of ATTON and to support. Much dua and Mary. All right, and next we have the great Nukpu, who sends in 333 for Hotep Orsen Neter Atef, Dua Sekem Mary Ma'at. And here is a second 333 for Hotep Or Nefer Au Sinu Per Atin, Dua Hotep Ma'at. And he sent in one more. He sends them in threes, equaling 999 for Hotep, Or, Saba, Nefer, Neter, Tahuti, Amun, Hotep, Ra, Mary, Sekem, Maat. Dua. Dua to the great Nukpu Nukpu. Hotep, great brother. Tua for your consistency as always. Always being in the classes, coming to the fundamental Ma'at classes. Great brother, and promoting that as well. So much dua and hinu to you for that. All right. And next we have the great Fix, who sends in 666 Hush Nation for Tua, Dua, Sekem, Rem Qem Maat. To you and your Aut, we trade ghost stories. House of ATTON on rise. Yes, Dua Hinu, great brother. Tua, for your consistency, for your support, for the works that you're doing as well. Tua for coming up on the panel on during the pod class on breaks. Really appreciate that, as it's good to see see the panel with consistent faces of the House of ATTON. So Tua for that. Great brother, Hotep Hinu. And let me double check here. All right, and I see you, Robert Williams. Let me pull this up. To everyone for your support. We appreciate and love you all. For assisting and helping us stay lifted. As you know, if we want to see anything different here, we have to be the ones to create it as a collective. So to you all for being the leading example of being the change that you want to see. Let's wait and make sure it comes back on. All right, I think we're back on. Okay. Hotep, put a 9 in the chat if you all can hear me.
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right. Okay, so to everyone, it should clear itself out, but to for your patience as we had to refresh. So we're back in here, and we'll continue with showing the support. And next up was Robert E. Williams, who sends in 2072 to our great brother. You put a, oh yes, for well done. I am inspired, with a blue E, Kespet Hati. To our great brother, for that, for your consistency, always supporting. Great brother, and always being here in the classes as well. Much dua and Mary to you. All right, and we have one more to show. one more support to show, and it is from none other than the great Minty Hotep, who sends in 222 for believing in me with a Kim Ebe. Absolutely. Dua, great Minty. Appreciate your support, your consistency, and your creativity, and your presence in the house of ATTON. Much dua to you. All right, and I think that is the support for this class here today. So let's give a round of applause to the Meru of the house of ATTON.
You did what?
Nev for Unk. Everything is beautiful in life.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side.
Dua Hotepenu. Tua to all the great Meru of the house of ATTON. Much Marie. Tua for supporting as you all do. So Nefer. And for your consistency in appreciating, what's happening and assisting us in getting the teachings of Ma'at out. So Tua, very much. And yeah, so I'll pass it to you, great brothers, if you have. If you want to give dua or anything you want to speak on before we begin the closeout, since we did start late.
Inspiration. We building brick by brick. So, I just want to encourage everybody to work past whatever limitations that you think you might have, as we all do. We have to do it in real time. Just put the boat in the water where you at. You don't have to fake being yourself. Just do you. That's what I do. I don't try to I don't compare myself to anyone. I just want to be better today than I was yesterday. I just search myself for my flaws, and that's it. And just keep advancing, just keep moving forward. And don't try to compare yourself. Learn from people and be inspired, and use everyone as motivation. And just keep reaching. And when you look in the mirror, just be honest with yourself. If you don't know something, you don't know something, and that's okay. Because when you don't know, then you can know. You're receptive to the information. When you think you know everything, or you think then it's really hard to show you something new, or for you to learn something new, because your ego's involved. So just like I said, put the boat in the water where you at, and just strive to be better today than you was yesterday. Just use yourself as motivation. You know what I mean? Just continue to push forward. And Ma'at or not, that's it. So Tua to all the supporters. I see you out there. Robert Williams, Angela Gates, Minty Hotep, Nook Poo, everyone that supports us. We have a lot of supporters, so I just, like I need to say, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate you. And for me, it's never to stand alongside all of you and to be building this with all of you, because I could just be doing this by myself, and it wouldn't mean much. So I appreciate that you appreciate it. And again, I just want to give dua to my brothers up here, and definitely to our great teacher, Sabah Tahuti Amin Hotep Ra, and House of ATTON.
Come join us. House of ATTON, Ancient Tahuti and Teachings and the Tiru. Back to the source. We the original Axemen.
What's up, great brother? The Jet, you there?
Peace.
What's
up? I'll say this. Peace. I'll say this. Like, look, just know that don't stop. Don't stop looking for the truth, man. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Don't stop looking for the truth. Don't stop searching for it. It's imperative. Hey man, hey, I'm here, man. I'm gonna just say that. Hey, I'm here. I know too much. No, Saba has opened up my eyes to what's going on. And we can't have that cipher mentality. Can't have that cipher mentality from the Matrix. Can't go back. Hey, we here. And much dua to my brothers who I'm up here with. Everybody that's in the chat. Hey, look, man, we just gotta keep moving forward. We gotta keep making it happen. We know deep down inside this is something we've been looking for. This is a Aud we've been looking for consciously. And now that it's finally here, you have to remind yourself that it was never going to be, you can never escape the work. People wait for the right opportunity. They wait for the perfect atmosphere, the perfect individuals. But once it shows up and you're in that perfect situation to now express who you are and bring forth that creativity, the work still gotta be done. We've been looking for truth, finally found it. You still gotta do the work. The work don't go nowhere. So if anyone has an opinion on what should be done, what should be added to the House of ATTON, hey, that's your bring that creativity up front then. It can't be, one cannot sit there and wait for someone else to do it. Remember, we still are out. We're one out. But you still gotta do your part. You still gotta bring forth your gift, your creativity, whatever that is. And that's why I say the work will always need to be done. And don't stop looking for the truth. And I'm grateful for all of you all that's on here. I'm grateful for all the supporters. Definitely grateful for our Sabbath Tahuti Amun Hotep Ra. I'm grateful for the brothers that I got here on this panel. It's just the next step, man. Every day, another step forward. And once again, I appreciate everybody. Like I said, hey, we in this now. So I'm here. And there is no reverse knowledge wise. You can't go back and go to what? This is a place of where there's no isfet in the chat. There's no biasness going on. Everyone show mad adoration and love, and we don't get caught up in the drama. What else place you want on the internet? Hey man, I'm grateful being here with y'all, man. Most definitely. I appreciate it, and hey, my odd or not, right?
Hotep Hinu, dua, great brother, for those Medu Nefer. I agree with you completely. Dua, everyone, for being here, for your attention. Without your attention, this doesn't exist. Dua for hitting the like button and for supporting. The work is always internalized, and therefore creates the experience that we have outside of us. It's all just a complete and immediate reaction of what's taking place internally and on the Ka realm. And so when things take place to where we start to see things move around, where our foundation is always within Kepara. It's always within growth and evolution and revolution. And as I've always said from the beginning, when you come into Ma'at, that's not the finish line. That's the beginning. That's the start. We start where everyone else finishes. That's our start. That's where we pick it up. And that's where the real challenges begin. And we know Saba Tahuti is doing that every single day. You know, if there's ever a question in oneself, you can always, just think about, the brothers that you see here, and you know that work is being done, Pekka Mku is being done, and so therefore that has to continue within everyone, right? For our frequency to continue to grow together. It's just like anything else. There is no sitting idle, as the Seba'it teaches, to not sit idle, to not be lazy. So that hard work, that going into those spaces you don't like to go to very much, cleaning out that part of self that you don't like to visit too often, or you may not have ever visited at all. That's what we're doing, and that's what we always encourage everyone to do, and that's what's going to allow us to grow as a nation, because the foundation of what makes up the House of ATTON, starting with Saba Tahuti, that is the standard. And so for us to continue to maintain in close proximity of each other, then we have to always be within that thought process and that knowing, that raket, that cleansing has to be at the forefront. Ma'at has to be at the forefront. This is why we see certain things take place. So dua to those of you who are able to be here, which shows that there's some work being done. That's the only way to maintain within these frequencies. So before it grows, it's going to get smaller until there's a flip, and there will be. So tua, everyone, for the works that you all are doing, being great echoes of the Shimsu Ma'at, the Shimsu Natiru, and standing up firm with your chest out, directly facing the Isfet, and running towards it to eradicate it, get it up out of there, which is the real work. So Anki and Ma'at, Ank the Jet Usir to you all. Again, just Tua for being consistent, and doing the works. The work is being done, and it always will be reflective in what you see. That's the beautiful thing about knowing about the Ka, knowing about the Duat, and the more one really goes inside, takes accountability for self, and only looks at the things that self has done to produce whatever outcome is around us. When we truly fully accept that, then you attain the power to change it, because nothing has control over you and your environment. You are in control of you and your environment. So that means you have to take the bad with the good, the negative with the positive. And when you do that, it becomes a staff that you wield. And we're unstoppable, we're unseparatable, we're unbreakable. So the work is continuously being done. And it will continue. It will continue no matter what. And that's the beautiful thing about the great ancestors, and us echoing them. So dua, again, everyone, many updates coming. Dua for everyone's support as we continue to journey. Everyone that you see here on the panel, has a lot that's taking place behind the scene. There's a lot of works being done, and yet we still show up every pod class, every Sunday. We have Ma'at fundamental classes for the Keru every weekend, either Friday or Saturday. For this month, it is Saturday at 12 noon for all the Keru, 12 noon Central Time for the Keru. If you want to come to the Ma'at fundamental classes where I teach on Seba'it, that's just not public. I can guarantee that you haven't read. And of course, as a scribe, I always bring the Medu. So Tua for those who support that and come and take in all the Seba'it that guides our walk. Make sure we stay in alignment. And with that, I will close with some Medu. Sekem M Arit Murder Ka'a Simu Hatu Natiru Pert Ent Hetep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in offering. Ankh Dejet Usir, life, stability, and wealth to you all. Hotep.
Peace, Hotep. Definitely never words, great brother Patah. Definitely appreciate you, great brother, in consistency and motivation, inspiration, right? And I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be a part of an organization that seeks Ma'at and doing things in a rightful manner, with respect, honor, diligence, and consistency, dedication. It's a beautiful thing to be, part of this. So to all of you, to everybody, supporters, everybody who watching. If you're watching this in the future, do what is pleasing to your Ka. Follow your Eve. Hopefully you can join us live. And maybe say a few words up here. And we definitely got some ideas lined up and ready. And everyone just stay tuned for that. So Tua, may Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at. And may you all rise and come forth as conscious light like the divine Ra, who rise and shine for more Ma'at. I am the Jet Sajim Ma'at, Him Pao Ku, everybody in the Tiru, Uncle Justin Neb, Hotep Anu, Nefer Upesh.
Hotep, peace and love to all the supporters. Peace and love to our master teacher, the great Saba Tahuti Amahotep Ra. I appreciate all of your support. Definitely appreciate your patience. And, as we started late today, but we still here, we still showed up, and we presented. And, it's a beautiful thing, brick by brick. Like I said, put the boat in the water where you at. You don't have to, you don't have to try to be nobody but yourself. Just be a better you. That's it. Just keep striving to improve yourself. And Kapara, like our great ancestors told us and showed us and left for us, the beautiful treasures and writings and art and everything, everything that they left behind for us to learn, our culture. And, it's just, like I said, I'm happy to be alongside you brothers as well. It's, it's that Ma'at frequency that we're in. So, Hotep Hinu to all the supporters. And with that, we will end with our Nefer affirmation. From today's reading, then the spirit of Nebu Samek said to him, "Of what use are the things you would do? Unless a tree is exposed to sunlight, it does not sprout foliage. But stone never proceeds to age." Unki and Ma'at, Un NS, Nintet or Set and Ma'at, Min Hepapet and Ma'at, Her in Hukui, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
Come join us, House of ATTON, Ancient Tahutian Teachings and the Tiru. Back to the source, we the original Axemen.
Neb Nefer Unk. Everything is beautiful in life.
Forget that we the real champions around.
Yo, let's go.
My eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting Rizzo shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of states effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. Fly to it, 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 fly to it. Young scribe, energy of pharaoh, chanting tones, tongue, bow and arrow, and foes no box like foes zeros. Learn to lean into the hurt, face fears first, vision clear, see the hidden heroes. Blind light, the stance they fight, bright apparel. I learned to shine too, control my mind too. Red is blessed, it's just a red. Light ray tone, so my rhyme's blue. Mountains I climb, my out of mind like cyclones. Come from the tombs, resurrection like you know who. The story's been hidden in truth, the morals behind, and they serving the blind. Open your eye, they open melanin shops. They photo document files, cope with knowledge that's acquired in silence. Real science, signs shown for the guiding of pilots. No cap, yet I live. So don't try it, no lying, we don't buy it, yet they live. They stealing souls, who would know cause they teaching a lie. Cultivate light, stand, you still sleeping a lie. Hide hands, won't save face when hand is hidden in source. Grab chains, then we tie up the knots or sever. Either way, the only outcome is top. If the devilish ops come close, then a header get chopped. Real handicap when sevens are blocked. Shock light, spine on my chakra unlocked. Building here for the time when in heavens I'm stocked. Travel field, battlefields like I'm home on the block. Nothing new yet, feeling renewed. Don't turn on the news, they cultivating views, attention is stock. Living trapped in a matrix that's invented a clock that only sits at a stop. No movement, they enchanted by the spells meant to kill all your God. Had to kill God, break open the lie. Open eye, real son of Rod, that's real God, yeah, yeah. Amen, hidden in plain sight. Fly to it, fly to it, fly to it, fly to it.